Hi guys, welcome to Medical Megamind channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss the development of kidney. Before going to the actual development, you should know some basics. Basically, the kidney is divided into two parts functionally. Functionally, the kidney is divided into two parts. One is collecting part. This is collecting part. Collecting part consists of ureter, renal pelvis, and major and minor calyces, right? And another one is excretory part. Excretory part, which consists of nephrons. Okay, collecting part is ureter and renal pelvis and subsequent major and minor calyces and collecting ducts and collecting tubules, right? And excretory part consists of nephrons, functional and structural unit of kidney, right? Okay, I will discuss development of these two separately. Okay, see, kidney, if you consider kidney, it develops from intermediate mesoderm. Intermediate mesoderm. So you are thinking, what is meant by intermediate mesoderm? You know, this is embryonic disc, right? Embryonic disc. In the center, you can see the notochord, right? This is the notochord. Just beside the notochord, you can see the paraxial mesoderm. In orange, I am writing. This one is paraxial mesoderm. Paraxial means the mesoderm present right and left of the notochord, right? And this thing, lateral most part is lateral plate mesoderm. The mesoderm present in between the paraxial mesoderm and lateral plate mesoderm is called intermediate mesoderm. So this is the intermediate mesoderm. Okay. So kidney develops from this part, that is intermediate mesoderm. You are thinking intermediate mesoderm extends from cervical region to sacral region, right? Sacral region. All along this axis, it will extend. And also you can see the thoracic region and lumbar region. Lumbar region, right? These are the regions of intermediate mesoderm. At the beginning of the fourth week of intrauterine life, the development of kidney begins. Okay, so this is how it looks. This is the intermediate mesoderm. This is the cervical part. This is the thoracolumbar part. And this is the sacral part, right? See here. During development, what happens is at the beginning of the intrauterine life, you can see the persistence of cervical part of intermediate mesoderm. This is called pronephros. And it will degenerate at the end of fourth week. Beginning of the fourth week, it starts developing, and at the end of fourth week, it will start degenerating, right? And at the end of fourth week of intrauterine life, the thoracolumbar region starts to function. That is called mesonephros, right? Okay. Now, this is also temporary. This mesonephros part is also going to degenerate. Then the final part of the intermediate mesoderm that is going to persist in the adult life is the sacral part, right? The sacral part. The sacral part is also called as metanephros. And it starts occurring at the beginning of third month. Okay, so it will degenerate, this will also degenerate, but this one persists. What is that? Metanephros. This is going to develop into adult kidney, right? So now you can see if you cut this section of mesonephros, pronephros, and metanephros. So suppose this is your I'm going to draw metanephros separately. This is the combination of pronephros and mesonephros. If you see inside of this, you can see the ducts. Okay, these are the ducts. These are nothing but the upper part that is present in the cervical part called pronephros, that is going to degenerate. This is called pronephric duct. This one, pronephric duct. And the duct of mesonephros is nothing but mesonephric duct. Simple as it is. Okay. Now, as I said previously, the upper part, that is cervical part, is going to degenerate, right? So this is degenerated. Now the remaining part is what? Duct of mesonephros kidney, right? I said mesonephros will also degenerate. So now the ultimate part that is going to persist in the adult life is this one, metanephros, right? Metanephros. But the caudal part of mesonephric duct, not mesonephros, nephros, mesonephric duct, this duct will persist, okay? And this duct is connected to, this duct is, let me write, the terminal part. The terminal part is going to persist, this part, right? Okay. Now, the mesonephric duct that is persisting, this one, mesonephric duct, is connected to the urogenital sinus. This is urogenital sinus. So you are thinking, of course, you know there are kidneys on both sides, right? So this is the other side of the duct. Same, this will not degenerate, and only caudal part and metanephric kidney and caudal part of mesonephric duct. This is also joined on the other side also. So you're thinking, this is urogenital sinus. Well, sinus. You are thinking, what is meant by urogenital sinus? Let me explain. The urogenital sinus, you can see, so this is the foregut, right? The foregut. This is the midgut. And this is the yolk sac which is connected. This part, midgut part, is connected to yolk sac, right? And this is allantois, a small projection from the hindgut. And this is hindgut, right? That is, this is hindgut. This is midgut. And this is foregut. And finally, this is embryo. This is umbilical cord. And this is embryo, right? Just a diagrammatic representation. See here. This is allantois. I will take this part. Okay. Let me write separately. This is allantois. And this is hindgut. The terminal part of hindgut is also called as cloaca. Cloaca. Right? This is going to develop into anal canal and urogenital tract, right? This is angle. You can see this is the angle between the allantois. This is the angle between the allantois and the hindgut, right? This angle deepens the tissue between this is the tissue. It's going to develop this way, like this, and it will develop and divides into, it will all along develop up to lower border, and it finally divides the hindgut, that is cloaca, into two parts. What are those parts? The one is this one along with allantois. The front part is urogenital sinus, and the dorsal part, this part, is primitive rectum, right? And this is the intermediate septum, which is called urorectal septum. Urorectal, name itself tells everything. Septum, right? So as I said previously, the mesonephric duct is connected to urogenital sinus. This is how it is connected. The lower part is persistent, right? Caudal part or lower part of mesonephric duct is persistent, and it is connected to urogenital sinus, primitive urogenital sinus, primitive urogenital sinus. This is mesonephric duct, and these are mesonephric tubules. Don't worry about this one. Just remember, mesonephric duct is connected to primitive urogenital sinus. Now, so this is the persistent part, that is metanephros, right? This is going to develop into adult kidney. Okay. Now what happens is, so this is the urogenital sinus, primitive urogenital sinus, and this is the mesonephric duct, which is connected to this urogenital sinus, and this one is metanephric kidney, that is developing stage, right? A small tube occurs, starts to develop in this part, like this. It will develop in this direction. This is called ureteric tube. Ureteric tube or duct. Ureteric duct. Right? Now what happens is, the ureteric duct develops towards this metanephric kidney. Okay. What happens is, suppose this is ureteric duct or bud, you can call anything. This metanephric duct and ureteric tube, which is developing from that one, will develop towards metanephros, right? Metanephros. Now, this is the gross appearance. Gross appearance. I will show the microscopic appearance. You know, in kidney, nephron is microscopic, right? And also collecting tubules are also microscopic. So if you see in microscope, you can observe the changes. Now comes to the actual development of kidney, right? So the ureteric bud develops towards the metanephros. Simple. The metanephros, which is a mesoderm, when it comes in contact with this ureteric bud, suppose this is ureteric bud and this is metanephros. When it comes in contact with this ureteric bud, it will forms a cap-like structure, right? Like this. This is called metanephric cap. nephric cap. That is the concepts I have discussed already. Those are all basics. So this is the actual development of excretory system or kidney, right? Development. Those are all basics. Without them, you cannot understand this one, right? So metanephric cap, this is ureteric bud. Now what happens is this metanephric cap forms a vesicle. Okay, this is a part of ureteric bud, and this is metanephric vesicle. Firstly, it is like a vesicle form, and then it develops into pear-shaped form. Pear-shaped metanephric form. This is pear-shaped. Okay. Next, what happens is it develops into S-shaped form. S-shaped. Okay. Now, final form is S-shape. Now, finally, it develops into what? Actual nephron. Bowman's capsule develops, and a tuft of capillaries will invaginate. This is tuft of capillaries, and this is Bowman's capsule, and this one is nephron. And nephron further differentiate. It will differentiate and forms like this. This is a part of ureteric bud that is going to form collecting tubules, collecting duct, and renal pelvises, etc., etc. I will discuss later. Presently, I am discussing development of nephron, right? So nephron forms firstly distal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle, proximal convoluted tubule, and Bowman's capsule, and finally tuft of capillaries, right? So nephron is formed. Now this is the excretory system is formed. Excretory system. Excretory unit. What is that? Nephron, right? So there is a gap here. As I said previously, the ureteric bud gives rise to collecting system. Ureteric bud gives rise to collecting system, and metanephros gives rise to excretory system. Excretory part and collecting part are different, which are divided by functionally, right? So now this is the ureteric bud. This will undergo further branching process to form various units. Suppose this is collecting. Many collecting ducts fuse to form minor calyces, and minor calyces, this is minor calyces. They again fuse many minor calyces. Again, these are minor calyces, right? Many minor calyces fuse to form a major calyces, right? This is the major calyces. Major calyces open into renal pelvis. Again, renal pelvis continues as ureter, right? So all these things, one is collecting tubules, collecting tubules, collecting duct, minor calyces, major calyces, renal pelvis, and ureter. All these are derived from ureteric bud, which is again origins from what? Mesonephric duct, right? Mesonephric duct. I discussed details of mesonephric duct, everything previously, right? And this is the collecting part. As I said previously, metanephros gives rise to excretory part, right? What are those excretory part? That is nephron, which consists of this. This is nephron, right? Glomerulus, proximal convoluted tubule, PCT, loop of Henle, distal convoluted tubule. These are all developed from the metanephros. And the collecting part develops from ureteric bud. Simple.